trying to convince me that, oh, Kevin Durant saw that the Warriors lost and was like, oh, you guys need something. I'm not going to go there because y'all want something. Y'all need me there, so I'm going to go there and win.
Hello, everybody. I'm Andre.
Nah, that's not how you do it.
I'm Andre. Wait. Hello, everybody. Welcome to this episode 46 of the Centerfold Podcast. I am your host, per usual, Andre Rossmaneth. We're leaving all of that in, by the way. And sitting to my immediate right is...
Okay, bitches.
And welcome to the Centerfold Podcast.
How you clap?
How do I clap? I clap like this, okay?
Show me how you clap.
Cup 10.
I feel like that's not efficient.
How? Explain to me how it's not efficient.
Because I feel like you never hit the target every time like this. 99% guarantee rate.
What did you do that I didn't do?
Oh, I missed it. Hey, that's just, hey.
Oh,
anyway.
wow. That's crazy. Nah.
Yo, you ever met the people that clap like this?
No.
You don't know people who clap like this?
If I did, they'd probably be blocked already, so.
That doesn't get... Who's the most inconsistent player in the league?
Cardiac Kimba. My bad. He's not really Cardiac Kimba no more because that man has not been good. He was bad on the Celtics last year, and he started off this season okay. I don't know. I don't watch the Knicks, but I think he started off okay, and he's just fallen off a cliff. In fact, he fallen off the cliff so much so that he has gotten benched by Tom Thibodeau.
You said he don't play.
Yeah.
You don't know if you're going to get 30 from Kimba or 12 from Kimba, which is so crazy.
Or not even, or single-digit points. Because I watched him play the Pacers this year. That man was getting locked up by Malcolm Brogdon. And Malcolm Brogdon usually has problems with the smaller, faster guards. And that man Kimba was getting locked. Emmanuel quickly had to come in the game and shoot the Pacers in the heart with all his three-pointers. Okay? Emmanuel quickly's nice, though. I like him.
If you're not watching basketball right now, you are missing out on so much. This is one of the better seasons we've had in a long time.
I'm kind of disengaged from my... This is like the most I've been disengaged from the Indiana Pacers in my entire life.
Oh, what's
so bad? They're bad.
Bro,
they're not fun to watch. I don't have fun watching them, so I just don't.
You know what would be crazy? Like, I would be trying to call myself some basketball nerd guru.
You're not.
Like, I just know basketball.
Well.
I'm not like, when you say casual, people throw casual out there because they don't know how to combat with what you just said. I'm just a step up from a casual. I'm not a super fan.
Slight step.
See, it's not even large. I just know the game better than, like, the average person. That's all I would say.
That's fine.
Because I know I watch more than...
Where am I on the scale, then, do you think?
So, if we break it down, right? We have avid watcher, we have casual, we have fan, super fan, analyst. Andre, you're like right between super fan and analyst.
Yeah.
I feel like you'll truly take that step to analyst once you start engaging with other people.
Definitely, yeah, for sure.
I think that's what's holding you back from like the analyst, bro. Because you have the nickname the analyst.
I do. That is my nickname. Andre the Analyst Rossmaneth.
But some people who be thinking they got all the guru basketball mind, they swear they know everything.
Right.
Like
And like basketball is usually split between eye test and stat nerds. And this is where I come in, as I am directly in the middle of that. But here's the thing, right? Both being on either side very heavily is incredibly flawed, okay? Because if you're just watching the game, you're like, oh, yo, Kevin Porter Jr. dropped 45 points. Okay, that's cool. He dropped 45. He's nice, I guess. But then you also got to take a look at the stats. And maybe he dropped 45, but he dropped 45 on like 45 shots. Then it's like, is he really like that though? You know? That's just how it goes.
See, that's my... I know about the eye test. The thing about the eye test is people go by the eye test and then they pick and choose when to use stats.
Yes. Yeah.
It's like, they'll go by the eye test me like Kevin Durant, prime example. There are a lot of people who are like Kevin Durant at prime. There are a lot of people who are like... Oh, snap.
Ignore.
I forgot. Oh, yeah. There are a lot of people who believe in the eye test, right? But let's use Kevin Durant.
Shout out, ball don't stop. Sorry.
Let's use Kevin Durant for an example. The eye test would tell me that Kevin Durant could be the greatest player of all time.
Yep.
Just from the fact that he can shoot, for how tall he is, has a handle, and his ability to guard 1 through 5.
Yeah.
But then you start bringing stats into it, and you're like, he might not be the best player of all time. Like
he's not.
Like he's not. His ability to lead teams isn't showing me everything. The eye tends to tell me, oh, I'm lead. He should be able to lead the team to championships, multiple championships, and multiple winning seasons.
Yep, no matter what, because he's Kevin Durant.
Because he's Kevin Durant, and he can go 1 through 5, and he's this and that. Mm-hmm. But then you go through the stats, and you're like, he's not doing it. He's never exactly. He's never led a team to something. Mm-hmm. He's always had to have co-superstars.
The only time you can say he's led a team was back in 2011.
2011. When the only excuse they have for not winning is they were a young team.
Yes, but nowadays, I mean,
people. He
hasn't won without Steph Curry.
Who?
He hasn't won without Steph Curry.
No, and the argument people love to give is because the Warriors lost the year before, right? Mm-hmm. People are trying to convince me that Kevin Durant saw that the Warriors lost and was like, you guys need something. I'm not gonna go there because y'all want something. Y'all need me there, so I'm going to go there and win.
They didn't need him.
They didn't need him.
Kevin Durant was a luxury to have, okay? Kevin Durant was overkill.
It was.
I mean, the Warriors probably could have went back to the finals the next year without Kevin Durant and probably won if they wanted to.
No. I'm trying to think of who could have the Warriors picked up in 2018. Was it 2018?
He went there in the summer of 18, I believe, yes.
Who could the Warriors pick up in that season? And that's 2020. Who could the Warriors pick up in that 2019 season that would also get them to the finals?
I don't know, but they definitely need a small forward because Harrison Barnes was really bad in those 16 finals. So it might have been 17 or 17 actually. Yeah.
Who could they have picked up though? Like there's a solid player that you're confident that they still would have made it back.
I don't remember who the free agents were back then, to be honest, so I can't even tell you.
But Kevin, they didn't need Kevin Durant.
They didn't need Kevin Durant.
Like Kevin,
they could put anybody there at the small forward position, and if he was a serviceable, solid player, they would probably move back to the finals. Because all they really needed was healthy Steph Curry, healthy Clay, healthy Draymond. That's all they needed.
Kevin Durant's my guy, but he tarnished his career when he did that. Because now unless these next 3 years he leaves Brooklyn, goes to Charlotte, and wins 2 out of 3, and he has four rings.
He has 2 right now, 74, yeah.
Then I promise you, if he wins a ring without a super team, all his rings will be looked at differently.
Well, you say without a super team, but that's just how the league is these days.
Bro, honestly,
I mean, it's not like necessarily the Warriors were a super team because all those guys were drafted. Like the 15 Warriors, not a super team. 16 Warriors, not a super team. They're all homegrown, drafted. You put Kevin Durant on the team, that's a super team, okay? That is a super team. The Brooklyn Nets, without Kyrie, I don't think that's a super team because they're beatable, honestly.
They are they have been beaten.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So they're beatable. So they were a super team because they have 2 MVPs on that team. But they're a beatable super team. You can beat them. You know?
Basketball is such a weird split right now because you have people who are like, nah, we're not gonna we're not gonna load our team up with the best players ever. We're not gonna do all that. We're gonna win on our own. And then you have the other half who are like, if we have the ability to stack our teams, why are we not stacking our teams with the best players?
Well, because only a select few teams can actually stack their teams if they want to.
Exactly.
Because let's say let's go with the Pistons. Oh. Ain't nobody gonna go form a super team on the freaking Detroit Pistons. It's just not gonna happen. If you're a big market team, say you're Brooklyn, you're a Golden State, you can build a super team because you're a nice market. Especially if you're in Golden State, you got nice weather, you got beaches, okay?
And beaches.
Exactly. You are a free agent destination, and people will want to go there. So you can stack your team up if you want to. LA's the same way. Brooklyn's the same way. New York is a giant media market. It's the same way. Although nobody really wants to go to the Knicks because that's just because of ownership. But the Knicks are moving in the right direction, even though, fuck the Knicks. But they're moving in the right direction, whatever. Okay? But that's just how it is,
No, I totally agree with that statement.
And this is the only sport it works like that. This is like the only sport that I know of where like media markets affect how a team is built and constructed.
Bro, if I'm a GM and I see that the league is turning into a place where you can kind of like stack teams, I'm trying to stack teams. I don't care who. I don't care about no allegiance. I don't care about this ring was weak. When I sleep at night, I'm gonna have this ring.
Yeah.
When I sleep at night, this ring gonna be right here. This ring gonna be right here when I sleep at night.
That's facts. But once again, if you're a GM of like the Indiana Pacers, that's just not happening. Okay? Okay, fun fact, the Pacers have never, ever gone through a full rebuild. Ever. In their entire existence.
Even after the Palace?
Yes. They've never went through a rebuild. It's always been retooled.
I want to get a team, but I feel like my team will be Phoenix once I move out to that area. Right now, I don't feel comfortable picking a team, bro.
Because you're in Jacksonville?
Yeah, man. I don't feel comfortable.
Why not be a fan of the good old Orlando Magic?
Bro,
Down in Orlando.
Don't no cool player go to Orlando, bro. Name one flashy player that went to Orlando. And you can't say Shaq and Penny. Because that was a weak duo that people gas up.
Well, we barely got to see it.
That's why I said it was a weak duo.
Well, that's not fair, really.
And Steve Nash and Dirk.
We didn't get to see that much either.
So that's a weak duo.
Alright. Well, you can't call it weak because you can't call it anything.
People gassed it up. People gassed it up. And that's why I say it's weak. You on Twitter, Andre, it's like you haven't seen the conversations.
Yeah.
People be gassing up.
Alright, whatever.
They're not weak.
Alright. An Orlando duo? Bro, give me Chuma Okeke and Cole Anthony, bro.
See, those some weak names, bro.
Cole Anthony's actually solid, though, so I don't know.
Is that the one with the dreads?
Yes.
He is tough.
Yeah.
The jump shot look a little deformed, but
it is. But he's nice. I like Cole Anthony. Well, Orlando has some good stuff going on, actually, if you actually take a look at them. Like, if you take a look at their roster, they got a nice young roster of solid players. They got a lot of nice guards in there. Jonathan Isaac could be a perennial defense player of the year candidate. Okay? They got some nice stuff going down right there. Right now, they're not good because they're all young, but they got some good stuff.
Me and a couple of friends are starting an NBA talk show.
That'll go well.
I think it'll go well. I'm only there for comedic relief.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only reason I'm there. I'm there because I do, like...
Are people actually on the show going to give, like, serious basketball takes, or...?
So for right now, it's just me, him, and one other person. It's me. You've met 1v1. It's me, 1v1, and one other person.
Mm-hmm.
So he might even you to join. I don't think you know that you're a huge fan. He was when I called him earlier, he was actually watching a podcast, which is kind of dope to see.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's dope to think that 100 people have actually seen an episode of this before.
Shout out.
Which is, bro, people are blowing up my phone right now. Not my dad's calling me. Shout out, Dad. I will answer you, just not right now. I know what he's asking. But let's go and wrap this podcast up. This is good. 12 minutes. Oh, this is gonna be a good one.
This was episode 46 of the Center for.
Let's say 45.
45.
Let's say 45.2.
You'll just see in the title what podcast it is. So I was Andre. That was
Jamari Oaks.
What the fuck?